Looking for some amazing dinner options? Located on Highway 76, just east of Stonebridge.
customer service that works to get the right vehicle at the right price. Come see us at Oakley Auto World.
Hi, and welcome to tonight's stream of Reed Spring Wolves Wrestling. Tonight we have a double duel matchup against Nevada and Hollister. For those of you who don't know what a double duel is, it's when there are 3 teams who duel against each other in wrestling, and usually it honors the farthest team, which is Nevada tonight, so they will wrestle first. They've already wrestled Hollister tonight, and now we're going to wrestle them. And and so they've already wrestled Hollister, and now I'm sorry. My bad. And whenever we're done with them, they're going to go home, and we will play Hollister. Fancy chair.
What?
No, I'm not kidding. The last.
All right, Hunter. So we've got a double duel tonight. The first matchup was Nevada and Hollister, the 2 visiting teams. And now looks like it's going to be Reed Spring versus Nevada. And that is because Nevada has traveled, how far is it to Nevada? An hour and a half?
A little bit more than that.
Maybe 2 hours?
Yeah.
It's a little bit farther. So that will be the second matchup. And then when we get done, that will free up Nevada to go ahead and head home. And then we will wrestle the Hollister team who's nearby, and that'll be the last match. Typically, we have Blaine Blevins on here. Mm-hmm. Blaine has elected to be the manager for the boys basketball team.
Yep, and they have their Forsyth tournament tonight.
Okay. Do we know who they're facing?
Hollister.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that ought to be an epic battle. We always seem to find all kinds of ways to be competitive with Hollister.
Yes, we do.
Looks like, is that Sam Love?
Yep.
I got to drive the bus for the middle school wrestling program last night. They went to Branson Junior High. and they wrestled with Branson and Ozark, two very big schools. And I will tell you, I was impressed with our wrestlers. We didn't have as many kids. I think we had 3 open weight classes, but all of our wrestlers did well. I would say we won 80% or more of our matches. We did really, really well, so that is really promising for the future.
Wrestling has always been one of our best sports for us here.
Right. So it looks like Nevada's going to get a bye from us. We've got an open weight class. And I forget, I think we talked about this morning. I think 113 we were open, I think. But what people don't understand is in basketball, when you say your starting 5 is, the starting 5, almost without a doubt, that's what's going to happen. In wrestling, there's a lot more strategy involved. And so it looks like I'm not sure, maybe these are introductions. Yeah. Looks like Nevada's got some girl wrestlers, which is really cool. There was a girl Branson wrestler last night that did really well, and looks like team captains coming out to the mat. I think it's funny that they're asked to wear their masks out for the team meeting.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna wrestle and be in
With
each
no
other's
mask
face pretty close. So I guess every chance you can to protect each other is a good thing. But the strategy part, when the team comes, you don't know what weight classes they're going to be open in or where they're going to put their studs in. It might be a kid who wrestles, at 120, but typically he wrestles at 126, and 126 might not be as competitive, so he'll wrestle up a weight class and can go farther in that weight class. But you can only oscillate through, one weight class, I think. I don't think you can drop 2, and I think at some point in the season, you've got to pretty much commit to a weight class, and that's where you're going to go for the rest of the year. And I think it's after Christmas. But you never really know what another coach is going to do because there's that little room for, playing and messing with your roster. So we have a tentative roster in front of us that I got from Coach Lowe. But even when he sent it to me, he goes, "Now you understand this is not exactly how it's probably going to go." And I said, "Yeah, I understand that."
Yeah, even on this, there's
things are gonna change. I think Rocky Love, if we start at 106, Rocky Love will be our varsity wrestler. Well, that's Rocky walking to the table. Or is it? Who is
I
that?
think that's
right
Aaron
there?
Yards.
That's Aaron Yards. Now, is Aaron listed on the varsity roster?
Yes.
At what weight do we got Aaron at?
He is at...
See, I don't see Aaron.
I know I saw him on here earlier.
Right here.
Yep, and he's in the 120.
So we're starting at 120, or we started at 113, which is where the bye was. The open class for us. Aaron, I believe, is a reasonably young, inexperienced wrestler. Mm-hmm. He's new to the program. I don't think he's been in wrestling a long time. But he's got a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm for it. Takes a lot of pride in his work ethic. needs to get back to his base, and he needs to get back to an opposing position. He's definitely got a wrestler that's
A little more
a
experience.
little more experienced and has a much better idea what position he's trying to get, and it shows. But that's just good mat experience for Aaron. He's gonna learn from that. He'll be able to watch the video and see how he can counter some of those moves. Hopefully, Nevada has got a pretty good reputation for their wrestling program right now.
I've noticed that against when they played Hollister.
Yeah, they Hollister is not at the peak of their best performances right now. They're young and a little thin on numbers. Where Nevada's got a pretty good crowd and pretty good depth in each class. So now is this
Jacob McCracken?
And he's just gonna squirt out of bounds there if he can and reset. I've not seen him wrestle. He's young, isn't he? How old is he?
This fight, that's not Jacob.
Isn't this Zayden Fuentes?
Yes, I think so. I haven't seen him wrestle.
I think Zayden's a freshman, isn't he?
Does it say on this?
I don't know all of the kids, but I think Zayden's a freshman. He's got the reversal. I think he's getting his mat sense back. He's getting comfortable, and he's feeling like he can get in this, and he's got good position on him right now with 56 seconds left on the clock. If he can tighten it up and he gets on his toes and get some pressure on him chest to chest. Yeah, he's close, but he's got to be careful he doesn't get too deep. Sink back. Oh, there he goes. And Reed Spring is on the board with a pin.
Nevada's up 12-6.
Well, and we had that open weight class.
Yeah.
So right now we're match for match.
Is this Shane?
Yeah, this looks like Shane Thompson. Shane's a little more experienced wrestler. Has a little more time on the mat. He's a little older, and it's going to show. With wrestling, experience is everything. Shane's looking for. He wants to get in that leg, and the Nevada kid's trying to sit out and get to his base. He's trapped the leg, and he's going to be heavy on his back and work him hard. It's going to be a long first period for Nevada. I'm guessing this is Eli Moschner. And again, we don't have.
The schedule is.
Yeah, we don't have grades. We're hoping that's Eli. That's what they gave us. Eli's getting to practice a lot of defense here. He's trying not to put himself in a bad position, and it looks like we got a chicken wing, and he walked it over, and he's in a bad place for 50 seconds on the clock. That's tough.
Yeah.
And yeah, Shane's not going to let him out of it. That was a great move by Shane. He knew what he wanted to do all along. He was just trying to work him to get to where he could get that in. So who's it say we got up next?
Easton Byrne versus
Ethan
DeGuerro.
DeGuerro. Easton and Ethan. Easton is another one of our more experienced wrestlers.
He's been wrestling all his life.
Yeah, he's had plenty of time on the mat, and looks like he's got a kid who knows how to wrestle. So they're gonna do battle here. We got a potentially dangerous call against Nevada. It looks like it's just going to be a warning. No, he's going to pay a caution. Easton's going to need to get loose from this guy quick.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for him right now.
No, and Easton knows how to counter these moves. He'll stay off his back, but physically it looks like a pretty good matchup. Looks like they're both pretty equal in terms of strength and speed. It's going to come down to who can position to get in that better move. A little bit of stalling on top. He's not wanting to give up that arm. He's not really getting anywhere with it. First period, you want to see a little more action. And Easton's he's gonna let him stall if he just stays there. He's gonna run that clock down while he can just rest in that position. A little more effort to get him over now.
Easton's holding up pretty good though.
Yeah, Easton's doing his best to just conserve energy and stay off his back. He's doing a good job. He's just going to have to wait it out because this kid's got a great hold on him. Mm-hmm. And he was looking to get out of bounds. I think if I were Easton, I'd stay in. He's got 10 seconds left, and he's doing a good job of keeping him. There we go. Reversal. And is he going to get it? He gave it to him. 2 points? No. He just gave him one on the escape. He must have been out of bounds when he got position. So he gave him the escape point, but he didn't give him the reversal, which is fine. He was close, but that was a great move by Easton. Interesting decision. All right, Easton's got a little bit better idea what he's going to try and do to him, so he's probably thinking about what he can do to counter these things.
Mm-hmm.
Get to his base.
Oh.
Well, he wants in that leg bad. Easton needs to not let him have it. Keep the leg. Keep working it. You got him. He just needs to push him back a little bit now, and Easton's slowly getting a position on him. Now he's working it. Now there it comes. He's going to go in that half. He's going to get around and get his takedown, a reversal. So now he's got the points a little more even. Got 40 seconds to work a little offense on this kid.
Oh.
No, we're going to go with another 2 on the reversal. Pretty even matchup.
Yeah, that's it. But it's just flipping back and forth now.
It's like chess. They're just going to have to. Matches like this, in my experience, the third period, you find out which kid has got the better conditioning and in better shape. If you've never been on the mat and wrestled hard for 3 periods, 6 minutes, it is one of the most physically exhausting things that you can experience in your life. It is, I've coached cross country for several years, and I would tell you that I would rather run a 5K than wrestle 6 minutes right now. I really would.
It seems really tiring.
You are expending an amazing amount of energy and you're doing it for a prolonged amount of time.
Yeah.
That last 2-minute period, they're starting right now, that's 2 minutes of eternity if you're out of shape. And this is where it's going to determine who's going to be victorious right here. If the Nevada wrestler, is it Ethan? If Ethan runs out of gas and Easton doesn't, then it won't be a win by points. It'll be a pin.
And Ethan has definitely used a lot more energy so far.
He has. And he may be in good enough shape to maintain that. I mean, these wrestlers are amazing athletes, and he's got a cradling deep on him. He's just got to get him. He's got to pull back and reposition that inside shoulder. He's not going to get it. That's all right. He got some back points. Took the lead. And there's a 2-point reversal. It's going to go down to the wire. These guys are not going to quit.
Like you said, it's just them flopping back and forth.
Well, Nevada's going to have to get back points because he's going to have to roll him with that half, and I don't know if Easton's going to give that up. One thing Easton is if he's determined not to do it, it's going to be tough to get him to do it. He's probably a wise decision. He's going to give up the point, but he can maybe get a takedown and get 2 and tie the score. He was sensing that there was not a lot that he could do with getting the back points. And Easton's not going to let go of that foot. 7 seconds. He's going to win it. Oh. Called a stalemate. Give Nevada 6 seconds to see if he can get a takedown. And I'd say Easton he's definitely not going to put him in a position to let him have that. And that's a good match.
Yeah.
That's
pretty equally rivaled.
That was a good matchup. I'd like to see those two face each other again. I think that could go either way depending on the match.
All right, we have Jacob McCracken up next. And if the schedule is right, he's facing Steven Zachary. Jacob is also a lot more experienced.
Yeah, he's been on the mat a few years, and looks like he's got an equal and maybe physical strength. But I think that maybe Jacob is a little more knowledgeable and knows how to use his strength a little bit more efficiently. Oh, he almost stacked him. Jacob knows how to go from 0 to 100 quickly and strike with a lot of energy. This is not a great position for the Nevada. He's down. Jacob, good demonstration of smart wrestling, and the fact that he pinned him in the first period shows a little bit of respect because I really felt like he could have probably let that kid go another period or two and got some more experience on the mat. But he must have felt like the kid had enough that he didn't want to give him any opportunities.
Yeah.
So, although it looks pretty, I don't know.
Now we have Wyatt Rogers and, again, if the schedule is correct, Tyler Longobardi.
It looks like we're seeing some pretty good matchups.
Pretty equally rivaled.
Yeah, I would say this one might be a pretty good match, although I might give the nod to Wyatt just a little bit on maybe a little more experience.
Yeah.
But I think physically they're a pretty good match. Wyatt, good to get to his base. He's going to get better position on him. This is... yeah. Wyatt's doing a good job of controlling defensively. stand up. I'm not sure what the Nevada wrestler's looking for other than just trying to get hand control. He's got an opportunity here, but he's not capitalizing on it. Again, maybe just a little lack of experience. Wyatt to his base, and Wyatt's got 10 seconds. I don't think he's going to try and get an escape at this point. He's just going to ride out the clock and let this kid spend some energy trying to work on him. Wyatt's going to pick down. I think he really feels like he can escape, and I agree with him. I think he can. He's been close a couple of times. He's really close right now. Yeah, that's... I think Wyatt's about ready to see what he can do in the second period.
Yeah, you
can see he's...
Wyatt's got a lot of energy still.
Wyatt knows what he wants to do. He's
very determined right now.
Yeah, and I'd say if he gets loose, he's going to have something for him. If he gets that hand loose, there we go. Now he's got a position on you. He's got the leg. Yeah. This is going to be a better period for Wyatt. Oh. There you go. Let go of the head. Bridge and wait. He's got to bridge hard. Nope. Oh. I'll tell you what, that was just a second or two away from being in the opposite position.
He definitely put up a good fight.
Yeah, and I would say he's going to go home very angry about this match. I think he really felt like he could wrestle with that kid, and I agree with him. I think he can. So we got Zeta Lee
for Nevada.
Ooh. We're not sure who's wrestling for us. This is Aaron Yartz's younger brother. So getting a little mat time in a varsity match, that's good. Get out there and see what it's like wrestling with the big guys.
Now it looks like Evan Wilson.
Looks like Evan's going to get a bye. Yeah. No fun.
Nope.
Nobody wants to win bye-bye.
Evan is another one of those experienced players.
Looks like
Nick Rogers. And he was scheduled to go against Jace Lee. Has him jumping a little bit.
Another good physical matchup. This is a dangerous weight class. You get to the size of these guys here. This is 82, 182. You get into some pretty strong guys, but are still agile.
Yeah.
They're the biggest of the quick guys. And
they both seem very determined.
yeah, I think that this is one of the weight classes that none of the other weight classes wants to mess with.
Yeah.
The younger or the lighter weight classes don't want anything to do with them, just out of raw size.
And
the heavyweights don't want them because they're so
fast.
quick. Yeah. These guys are dangerous wrestlers. They try and cradle him. That's a lot of dude to cradle. He can get it in, and more power to him. But I don't think his left shoulder is down. Oh, it is. He got him. I think Nick's going to be happy about that.
No, I don't think so.
That's a strong guy that can cradle Nick Rogers or Nick Rogers.
All right.
So 95, we're not sure who it's going to be. Looks like
Evan Crane.
Nevada saw that we had an open, so they're going to put somebody out there. And then at 220, we're probably open also.
Yes, and then
But I'm going to tell you right now, well,
it's 285.
yeah, Evan Crane usually is going to wrestle 220. But because there was nobody at 220, I would imagine Coach moved him up to heavyweight. This looks like a little bit of a mismatch to me in Evan's favor. Just for reach alone, Evan's quite a bit taller than this guy, it looks like. It is amazing to me that these big guys want to throw each other like that. That's a lot of weight to throw. You grab onto these guys, and it's like trying to throw a pickup truck. Kids today probably wouldn't understand it, but my coach used to say that wrestling at heavyweight was like wrestling a waterbed mattress. They're just huge, and no matter what you do with them, it doesn't work. They're not generally really cut guys. They're large, and there's not a lot you can do with them. And whichever guy ends up on top when they go to the mat typically is the guy that's going to win. Not always, but typically. Now you look at it right now, Reed Spring is 27-36 behind a strong Nevada team with a couple of open classes. And I'm not sure, Coach didn't tell me if those were open because of injuries or quarantine from COVID. I'm not sure if we're just open at those weight classes. And we may be.
I would say all of them, probably.
It could be any of the above, or it might be that we just don't have anybody at that weight.
Yeah.
But regardless, if we're wrestling a strong Nevada team, reasonably even. I mean, we're showing up and wrestling these guys. We've had a couple matches. Wyatt Rogers, Nick Rogers, those guys. I really feel like those matches could have gone either way.
Looks like now it's a little bit more.
I think Evan is going to out strengthen. It's just going to be a matter of.
He's got both his arms.
He's just bigger and stronger, and if he gets in a position, he there's just not a lot you can do.
Now we're only 3 behind. Here comes Rocky.
This looks like we're back to 106. We started at 113, and this could be the deciding match.
Yeah. It's a pretty close.
Pretty important match, and I talked to Sam earlier this season, and he was so excited for Rocky because he has finally gained enough weight to actually wrestle at the weight he's supposed to wrestle at. Up until this point in his wrestling career, he's always given up 20 or 30 or 40 pounds.
He still put up pretty good fights.
Because he's learned a lot because he's wrestled guys all his life that have been bigger. And he's finally gotten to a point where he's gained weight and size, and he's wrestling a true weight class. So I don't think that he is right on 113, or 106. I think that he's probably 195, something like that. But he's well within that realm where the strength and physicality of the weight class is going to be pretty even. So now it's just going to be who can wrestle.
And they both seem to have a lot of energy.
I would say that this should be a very good matchup.
Yeah.
And I think that Rocky is excited this season to see if he can really do what he feels like he should be able to do, and use that newfound strength that he's got with the size. Get a little chin action in the ribs. That's always fun. I know when you have trouble getting somebody to move, you can't get them over, a little chin in the ribs sometimes can convince them. Good bridge with Rocky. He's gonna have to keep rolling. I'd say Rocky gave up a little strength. That kid looks pretty cut. He might be a year older and therefore a year stronger. And more experience.
All right, is that the...
I think that we have seen all the weight classes. I think that is the finish to the Reed Spring versus versus Nevada. So I would say we'll probably take a little break here and maybe see a few commercials from our sponsors, some local companies that support the Wolves. And we'll be back here in a minute with Reed Spring Wrestling against Hollister.
Looking for some amazing dinner options? Located on Highway 76, just east of Stonebridge Village, Ozark Mountain Pizza has mouth-watering pizza, pasta, breadsticks, wings, and more at an affordable price. The welcoming atmosphere, friendly customer service, and delicious food will crush your pizza cravings and leave you wanting to come back for more.
In today's busy world, it's nice to experience the comforts of old-school customer service wrapped in the convenience of the modern world. Tanco's Lumber and Home Center is your one-stop destination for all your home building and renovating needs. From top-of-the-line Milwaukee power tools to all your lumber and supplies, Tanco has it all. A generous assortment of light fixtures, painting supplies, Marvin windows and doors, even automotive and sporting goods. Tanco has what you are looking for. Come visit us in Branson West on Highway 13, just across from Hardee's, and see why we should be your first stop in home supplies.
Here at Jim's Historic Barbershop, you always get an old-school barbershop experience. Classic haircuts at an affordable price. Traditional straight razor shaves with hot towels and all the extras. All with the feeling of the original barbershop experience.
All the love you give, they just won't take. You can ask them, please.
Come visit Jim's Historic Barbershop in downtown Reed Spring.
As many of you may know, Love Inc. had to close their doors to ministry in August. They served as an essential part of our community, providing support to some of the most vulnerable and needy for more than 20 years. In these moments when many people are facing unforeseen challenges, this has an even greater impact on our community.
I'm so excited to announce a new Stone County program. So for our community in Stone County, we're going to have a new Christmas Family Assistance Program. We're going to be able to carry on some great legacies that were started previously. These are going to include Shop with a Hero, the Christmas Toy Store, and Adopt a Family programs. And we're just all excited to be part of a community that is so giving, and we're so blessed to live here.
So we are looking to our community to join forces to help the families in Stone County that Love Inc. has for years. So we're asking, how will you help?
Here today with me is Ron Rasmussen, our minister, and Sherry Bedore, our facility coordinator. And we're here today just to encourage you as we enter this Christmas season. Pray for all the families in our community. We'd ask you also to pray for all of our volunteers, and keep in mind the businesses and those individuals that are donating. Please keep them in our prayers as well.
We'd like for you to invite your church family to work alongside us.
Open your doors to be a Toy Drive drop-off location. Get creative and encourage your team and patrons to participate.
You can also commit to adopting children and families and help make their Christmas wishes come true.
Volunteer. There are so many ways you can help make these events a success. As they say, it takes a village.
We are looking forward to hosting the annual Shop with a Hero event again this year and supporting other assistance programs.
Signing up is really easy. You can visit Unite Table Rock Lake on Facebook for eligibility requirements and a link to sign up, or the Southern Stone County Fire Protection District website at www.sscfpd.org. School counselors, churches, and other organizations will also be sharing the link.
In times of need and crisis, I believe that we are a community that comes together to help one another. The need in our community right now is great, but God is even greater, and we believe that He is going to do big things through our community. I'd like to read to you from Matthew chapter 25, beginning in verse 34. Then the King will come and say to those on His right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you before the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was in prison, and you visited me. I was sick, and you looked in on me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we do all of those things?" And the King will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did to one of the least of these, my brothers and sisters, you did for me." Friends, we can't wait to see what unfolds in the coming months. Thank you in advance for your participation. God bless.
It is our goal that every family in Stone County who needs assistance feels the love of our community during this Christmas season. Be sure to visit and like our Facebook page, Unite Table Rock Lake, where you can get information on how to gain assistance and how to be of assistance to our community.
All right, and now we're going to about to start our match against Hollister, and the Veda just left, and unfortunately we didn't come out on top with that one.
No, but I think it was a well-fought battle, and I
really
think some of those matches should have been won, and I'm sure the coaches will go over, strategy and where they could have done something different. What did you hear about today? I don't know if anybody knows that's watching, but we got out of school at 1 o'clock today.
Yeah, what I heard is that the high school runs off of Branson West water supply, but the other schools run off of a different water supply. Reed Spring water supply.
Right.
And so the Reed Spring water supply shut down for some reason.
Well, that would explain if we don't have water.
All right. Looks like we have.
Is that Zayden Fuentes?
I think so. And
Okay.
it looks like he is.
We're starting on the 126.
Looks like if the schedule's right, he is going against Riken Schallenberger.
And it's also my understanding that we're out tomorrow.
I think we're gonna take this as an opportunity to use some new online tools.
Yeah, we were told to use Canvas and make sure we communicate with the kids, and so you'll be getting some messages from me.
A lot of kids probably aren't going to do a lot of work though.
Well, I'm sure that may be the case, but getting close to the end of the semester, they really need to take advantage of that time. They can get caught up.
I'm going to take advantage of this time. Looks like Zayden's staying on top.
Looks like Zayden's got control, but it's neither wrestler has great position now. Hollister's in control, but Zayden, if he's not careful, he's going to pin himself.
Yeah, it looks.
Working on the Hollister kid. Back to his base. He's smart. Reset and get a plan. Stand up. We got a text today during the end of the day from David Byrne, Easton's dad. Wanted to know if we were going to be live tonight with the wrestling, which I told him we were. And he said that we were going to have some people watching in Iowa, the Harbisons, Coach Harbison.
If Coach David's if he's watching the stream, I'm not going to hear the end of it later.
I think Coach David is in the stands.
I sure hope so.
I think he is, but I'm sure he'll probably watch this later.
Oh, he will.
But Coach Harbison was the first wrestling coach we had. Came down from Iowa and started the program. Was very successful. Had a lot of early success with a very, very new program. It's hard to go to a varsity level quickly in wrestling because a lot of times the kids just aren't prepared to do what they need to do. They've never done it before. But I sure wish Coach Harbison was here now and calling these matches because he is easily the most knowledgeable guy I've ever met when it comes to wrestling.
How long have we had wrestling?
I would say Coach Harbison probably started in the late 90s. I would say 99, 2000, right around there. I'd have to go back and check for sure. But what's funny is we're sitting in a studio in his old classroom. This is
his old
classroom?
classroom?
Was Coach Harbison's classroom, and he taught tech ed. Which kind of that's unfortunate.
You kind of took over that.
Yeah. No, I was talking about the wrestling match. It was pretty unfortunate. He just put himself in a couple of positions where he was pretty vulnerable. But it looks like maybe that was an exhibition match when Zayden was getting an exhibition match. If that was Zayden, it's so hard to tell with the headgear. And we don't know some of these guys.
They all have, a lot of them have similar
hair.
a
lot of them have long dark hair. But anyway, Coach Harbison taught tech ed. It was like the modern day version of shop class, where they'd have modules with plumbing and electrical stuff, and and computers, and it was a neat class. But when he left, I certainly wasn't qualified to teach what he was teaching, and they were pushing me to do more digital art. So I moved down here and did the digital art, and they hired Coach Essick to take over the art stuff. So
hopefully, against Hollister, we get to see Evan Wilson, who didn't have a match. Yeah, didn't have a match last game.
Yeah, it would be nice to see those guys that.
All right, looks like Aaron Yarts.
Yep, that's Aaron. Big A. Oh. I'm glad to see Aaron out there. Is he a sophomore or junior?
He's a junior. He's
your age? Okay. Get behind him, Aaron.
Seems to be holding his ground.
Yeah, but that's a tough one to hold. He's got 1 minute and 8 seconds. That's a long time to hold it.
Yeah. Looks like he got him. Yarks doesn't look too happy about that.
No, that was a tough fought battle, and he's probably hurting, but that's part of the sport. You want to be the guy delivering it, not receiving it, and they'll learn from it, and that's how you get better.
And I think this is.
No, is this Zayden? See, it looks like the exact same kid that was out there for the exhibition match. Maybe he was. I don't know. But, and Zayden's young and
pretty springy match right now.
Zayden's very, very physically fit. You can tell he's got a lot of potential. I just don't know how much experience he's had on the mat. I don't know if he wrestled in middle school or not. Sometimes kids will come up and decide when they're freshmen that they want to wrestle, which is a tough thing to do. I would imagine Zayden has wrestled more than just this year, because just from his last name alone, I know that the Fuentes family have been involved in wrestling. I would assume that he is part of that family. So
yeah, I don't think I've heard his name until this year, so I'm assuming he is a freshman.
I think he is. Yeah.
A lot of energy right now.
For the younger wrestlers, it's good to see them get into the second period. A lot of times it just takes them getting calmed down and getting their wits. When you're out there on the mat, there's a lot of cobwebs that are knocking loose, and getting the nerves out and getting back to work.
Oh, that looked like that might have hurt a little bit.
He's got to be careful. He's going to put himself in a bad place.
Oh, yeah. There he goes.
Zayden definitely catching his breath. He's going to make him earn getting him in position. 5 seconds on the clock. There's not a lot he can do. Good first period. It started off a little rough, but he got back to where he had a little bit more control. 7-6.
Yeah, not too. Still pretty equally.
It's too early in the second period for him to let that opponent get position on him. And he's already got a decent position on him. He doesn't have it hooked, but he's got a good grab on it. He's fighting hard. He's definitely bridging off.
Alright, looks like Shane.
Shane Thompson. Looks like Hollister's going to avoid Shane.
He's definitely one of our most experienced.
Yeah, he's
wrestlers.
one of our studs for sure. Is this Easton? Easton Brown?
It looks like Easton. Yep, Easton's next weight class up, and it looks like he's going against Jamie Gomez.
Looks like Jamie might be giving up a little bit of height. Which height is leverage. You definitely see the rivalry in the two. I'm sure they probably are familiar with each other. Not from wrestling, from football. A good single. He's got his head in good position. Easton scrolled back.
Easton's good at finding his way out of tough situations.
Yeah, he knows he's strong. He knows he's tough, and
he knows how to play his cards right.
He doesn't get rattled. You know, he's a seasoned wrestler, and I think he's looking for that opportunity. And some wrestlers are more inclined to be aggressive offensively. They're going to go after the takedowns, and some wrestlers prefer not to be. They'd rather defend the takedown and look for a position on the defense. Easton doesn't look like he's real excited about doing legs like the single and the double. But he doesn't look uncomfortable countering those.
Alright, looks like the match is still at 0-0.
On.
Shoots.
Take it back. He got in a deep single. He's going to keep it and he's going to earn it. That's a takedown.
Alright, now Easton leads 2-0.
We've got 10 seconds. He's probably not going to get any back points, so I'm not sure there's a whole lot he can do with him at this point. Could sit out, switch, stay there. Easton definitely knew what he wanted to do there. Now he's got to lock hands. Looks like we're going to have a little blood time. Guessing maybe a nose.
Maybe a lip.
Hard telling. They were headbutting each other pretty good. It happens.
Should be starting pretty soon here. Starting back.
Get Easton all cleaned up. Not slowing him down. He got the half in. Got a great position. On your toes, Easton. Come on, do it all to him.
Easton really looks like he's using a lot of his strength here.
Yep, and he needs to spend it right now. He's got a great position and he got it. That was a great job by Easton.
Ties it up. So Jacob McCracken's up next.
Be interesting to see if Jacob allows this to go more than one period.
This is right. That is Lucas Bear for Hollister.
Lucas is pretty aggressive. I don't know anything about Lucas's wrestling, but he's certainly not shying away from Jacob.
Looks like Jacob might be a little more experienced than him, though.
Maybe, but
looks about even, though.
I don't know. That was close. I don't imagine Jacob's real happy about that. I think he had good position. I think he was in. I don't think he's got 10 seconds to make this happen. He's going to get the back.
I think he could get it. Yep, there it is.
Well, that was a quick pin.
That was right on time, though. 5 seconds left.
I don't think that the Hollister wrestler's excited about that call, but
helped us a lot.
I don't think the result was going to be any different if they'd gone another period. Okay, we got Big Bad Wyatt coming back. And I'd say after Wyatt's match against Nevada, he's probably ready to let a little of that frustration out. And I do believe that could have gone either way. I really do. I think that's just
yeah, you can tell he's
just a wrong opportunity at the right time. Or right at the wrong time, one or the other.
And then Wyatt seems like the kind of guy that can use his anger to his advantage.
Yeah, I think he does. It turns into aggressiveness. It's not. He's not raging, but I think it's focused energy. And it's been fun to see Wyatt grow up through the years. I saw Wyatt when he was quite a bit younger, and Wyatt's always been a fun kid. A goofy, fun kid, lots of fun to play with, and he's a year younger than my son, so whenever he was with us, he was always one of the younger ones, but he was so entertaining and so playful.
Yeah, I've known him my whole life, and he's the exact same as he was 10 years ago.
But when you see him out here with the look on his face here, you don't see that shenanigans. You see a real serious, focused.
I'd be scared.
Yeah, he's all about business right now, and it's fun to see that side of him. I'm not sure what the call was there.
Well, it looked like it went in our favor.
he's doing his best to hang on to him, but I don't think he's gonna. I think Wyatt's gonna get loose from him. He looks determined, and yeah, he just did. And I think he's ready to go again. You get that seeing red mentality, and you don't watch the clock. Now it's I don't care what the time is, I'm going, and you can tell why it's there.
Wyatt looks very determined right now.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got a great position on this kid, and if he just, he's going to roll. It's going to happen out here.
Yep, there it is.
Stay, don't get too deep. He's got to get his hands. He's running out of juice there.
He's pretty close.
Yeah,
I think both of them are, yeah, there it is.
That was just a matter of time. Honestly, I'm a little shocked that it took him that long. I really thought that with his mentality, he was going to be a first period pin.
All right, looks like we have is this Aaron Yarts' little brother?
Is this younger Yarts? Definitely physically outmatched here. You can tell the kid's got a lot more muscle, a lot more size.
Probably a little more experience also.
Now is this Taylor Yarts?
I am not sure, to be honest.
I think it might be. If it is, Taylor played football. And he's young, but he's a super good kid.
Just from talking to him in the hallways, he's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Does a good job in my class if it's the one that I'm thinking of. I don't know how many Yarts brothers there are, but
I think there's only
just two of them.
One or two in the high school.
Yeah, that's Taylor. Another example of Taylor needs to make it to the second period. If he can get to the second period and realize that he can endure some of this abuse that he's taken, he might be able to put together a plan and do a little wrestling. But it's just
looks like he's got him pretty cradled right here.
Yeah, this guy's pretty jacked. He's pretty strong, and you can tell he's older.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the heavier weight classes where it's
Taylor
more.
He is not having any of that.
He got out of it.
He is not having any of that. I'll tell you what, he's going to make it. He's going to make it to that second period. Come on.
He's trying really hard.
Yep, he is. But he's making it difficult. Don't let him cradle you, Taylor. Don't curl up. Don't curl up. You need to push those legs out. Hey. Oh, not with 5 seconds left. Come on, come on. Oh, my goodness.
Very close.
Yeah, that was a good fight. Get him some good experience, and that's what we're looking for.
All right, looks like we got Evan Wilson.
This Evan. Evan's finally getting on the mat.
And Anderson Toya. Evan's another very experienced. Oh,
yeah, Evan looks
showed right there.
Yeah, physically he's gonna have a lot for this kid, and it looks like he's got a lot more mat time too. Evan took a quick look, and coach is like, "Let him up, let him back in. Let's do a little more wrestling."
I remember having track meets against Anderson here.
Now this is an interesting
matchup.
Well, it's an interesting strategy. Evan's playing catch and release, He'll get the takedown and then let him up. And then basically what Evan's doing is he's practicing his takedowns, which at some level is pretty insulting to the opponent because he knows what he's doing and he doesn't like the disrespect. But the alternative is Evan pins him and then he doesn't get any experience. So he's getting some experience trying to counter those takedowns. It's not fun wrestling somebody that much better than you, but it is beneficial. I mean, he's getting an opportunity to learn. And he's got 30 seconds, and Evan's putting him in a pinning combination here. That's probably the match right there. So he didn't toy with him too long, but yeah, you can tell he did not want to. Yeah, coach is sending him back out there. He wasn't happy. Yeah. It's like Nick Rogers.
Yeah, Nick Rogers and Gage Moore. If this is correct. And like you said earlier, this 182 class is where it gets a little scary.
Yeah.
It's like dual threat.
You get the speed and the muscle. And Nick, definitely a physical specimen. His dad was a heck of a wrestler here. Matter of fact, he wrestled for Coach Harbison.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Rogers. He was a very strong individual and was a very talented wrestler. So much so that even looking at Nick on the mat, seeing how physically fit he is, I really don't think Nick wants any part of his dad. I don't. I think his dad, he'd put a beating on him. I do.
I know Nick took a break from wrestling for a while.
Did he? It's a pretty demanding sport.
Looks like we have 2 empty classes again for the next 2.
I'm gonna have
same as
85 and 220 are both
95 and 220.
or 95 and 220 are both open, and then 285 is Eben
and Dylan O'Rourke.
Okay, so we got some heavies. I don't know what Eben weighs, but I'm sure Coach told me that typically he wanted him at 220, and he does not look like a 220 kid to me. He definitely looks like a heavyweight. He looks like a very fit heavyweight. I thought he was closer to 260, 270 in football.
He has definitely gone through back and forth.
All right. Mr.
Seems to be a
Rogers,
pretty good match here.
He needs to do something with him. He's just riding. All right. We've got a commanding lead. Another pin would kind of seal the fate right here.
They could be like Nevada and take advantage of these open.
I don't think Nick's going to wait very long before he's escaping and going on the offense here.
Nope, he's out of there.
Yeah, he needs to turn into him right there. Yeah, he's already got a reversal coming right here. If you just reach down the crossface, there it comes. If he better not raise his head up or Nick will take it off.
Oh.
If he lets go of that leg, then there's the crossface. I don't think this is going to end in Hollister's favor.
He's really trying to use his weight as his advantage right now.
Yeah, as long as he's got the leg, he doesn't surrender the takedown, or the reversal. But I think it's going to, you got a minute left on the clock. I don't think he's going to be able to keep Nick from doing that. There's they call it stalemate. would say the coach is saying he escaped, you know, more than neutral. I think Nick wants to be down. I think he wants to show me he can get loose.
What just happened?
I don't know.
You gained a point for it.
Somebody got a caution, didn't they? Or did Nick get a point?
Nick got a point.
Then he did something, illegal hold, something that was potentially dangerous. There's another point. He's got 30 seconds.
We haven't seen many matches go past the second period today.
You know, Hollister's tired. He just basically let Nick go behind him and get the takedown. He's out of gas. He's not doing a whole lot.
But he's definitely trying to use that last bit of energy.
He's staying on his base, but he's... These are the bigger guys. Third period, they're gonna see who's in shape. You can tell they're both already kind of fatiguing. Need Nick to smell a little blood in the water and see if he can catch that second wind and look for the pin.
Yeah, they should start facing that like mental wall right now.
Yeah. It's, do I just coast out on an 8-1 lead, or do I get mad because I haven't been able to get a good position on this kid and try and pin him? That was a stalemate, and just going to reset and let him go again. I'd like to see Nick shoot right on the whistle. He needs to go quick. He's thinking about it. Because Hollister's on their heels. He needs to go ankle pick or single leg. And when you push your opponent back and they leave that foot forward as they're backing up, it's very, very vulnerable. And if you can pick that ankle when they're moving backwards, then they go right to their back. And he's kind of offering it. If Nick can see that, I think he'll take advantage of it. Yeah, he's down. He needs to get behind him right now.
30 seconds left. Like you said, they're both starting to fatigue and use their...
Yeah, they're gassed.
Both got each other every...
Yeah.
Hold of each other's feet.
Trying to get loose, and he did, and yeah. Hollister's out of juice. He knows it's short time, and he's done. He's tired.
Yeah, he's definitely out of gas.
Yeah. That's a tough match. That's a lot of... He's going to go home and be sore. And he earned the sore.
That was a pretty good match.
So we got a couple of opens at 95 and 220, and that brings out the heavies.
Evan Crane and Dylan O'Rourke.
And it looks like I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to give Evan the size, weight, strength, experience nod here. And you can almost see the fear in his opponent's eyes. He's not real sure what to do with him.
I think we have one more after this.
Yeah, that's the end right there. It's all Evan needs to do is get him on his shoulder, and then he'll roll it.
I think we have one more match after this, which should be Rocky and Unknown, unless there's an opening there.
I hope he gets a match. Rocky needs one. I really hope he gets one. Evan's being lazy. He needs to go ahead and put this kid away. Not a bad idea. Look for a better takedown. I know Evan has done head and arm throws, and if he can get in deep on this kid, I think he could throw him. He could hip toss him.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, he's going to just drag him down.
Yep, there it is.
And
he's going to
should
push
be
him
able
forward.
to, yep.
Yeah. There
He's
we
got
go.
a leg, and it's going to be a gentle cradle.
Yep, there it is.
That's all it is. Again, just an experience difference in raw size.
That looks like, is that Rocky?
It is Rocky, but
Yep.
that doesn't mean he is an opponent. He might just be going out there to accept the win. And it looks like he is.
Yep.
Which
All right.
I think
46,
that will be
18.
the end. So a good hard-fought match against Nevada. We lost, but we definitely showed up, and I think had things going just slightly differently, the outcome could have been different. And with Hollister, you know, we had some definite experience,
Definitely made up for
better talent. You know, these guys are a little more experienced and maybe a little more depth and age. The Hollister is, you know, they're a competitive neighbor or rival in a lot of ways, so I'm sure they'll be building that program up. So, but we sure appreciate everyone watching our stream, and we apologize for our lack of knowledge on wrestling. It's certainly not our forte, but we
No, it's
definitely
not.
enjoy watching the boys wrestle, and they put on a good show tonight. And we will have, I think, 3 more wrestling streams this season. I think we've got a couple more at least. So we look forward to seeing you again, and hope to see you next Tuesday for a boys' home game against Forsyth. So until then, be careful, be safe, and have a great evening.